Morning YouTube. It's 8 February 2021. The last time I filmed in this area, and it looks a bit darker now because it's 6 o'clock in the morning and we're expecting 40 degrees Celsius today. So the last time I filmed here was just before lockdown. It was 11 months ago, and I'm going to put it up on the one side of the screen so you can see the difference. The only thing that we changed here was these little swales that you can barely make out here. I put in these swales. Here's one, and back there is also one. You can't really see it in the grass. And then of course there's this long one that you see back there as well. Let me just get a bit closer. It started over here. There you can see it going. You could see the swale going like that. Okay. And then of course I put in these terraces. They were a subject of a video or two on their own. There's the one, and there's the other one. All right. Now you may notice something strange going on here. A year ago, all of this was dead clay. There was nothing going on here. The trees had then just been cut down, and I need to trim these branches back again. But back a year ago, March, so 11 months ago, all of this was just barren, dry clay. And since we put in the swales and the terraces, it's the first time ever that we've had this type of growth here. I mean, this is incredible. Even though it's all just weeds and all that at this point, that's cool because they are helping to break up the soil here, the clay here. They're helping to drill into this ground, so helping with water infiltration, etc. So this is a succession that's happening right here in front of our eyes. I dragged this one heap of rubbish here, and I had a bit of help there, and all these branches here, they've started rotting down over the last couple of months. The stuff that I took out of the terrace, let me just go back here again, out of the terrace here, everything that I removed from that terrace there, a little one there, that one, I just put it on that side, this side here. That's why you have a nice that I removed from the swale, sorry, it's become a terrace on this side. And so we'll be deepening this probably in winter when it's a bit cooler, because like I said, we're expecting 40 degrees Celsius today. We'll be deepening this, and then that will also go onto the berm here, or rather part of the terrace. So I've now started putting in some usable trees. I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, is it a macadamia? I think it is, can't remember. I put in some mesquites here, and yeah, everybody's always going on about the devil's tree and the mesquite is this and that. These are going to be sacrificial trees. In a couple of years, these little guys, and they're doing pretty well, a couple of years, these little guys are going to be sacrificed after they fix the soil. So here we have the mesquites in one of the terraces. As you can see, here's a bottle brush because my bees are just over there, and there you can see some as well. My bees are just over there. Bottle brushes and bees go together very well. Here's the other terrace. Here I've got a lucina, also one of those really fast growing nitrogen fixers. The idea here is that they need to start creating a shade layer over here. Here I've got the apple. You can see the swale that I dug last year. We just filled it with a bit of water to give that guy some, and that was filled with water last night, actually late yesterday afternoon. Here we have another lucina. I packed the tree trunks here. This was the video where the little dog helped to dig the swale here, or the terrace here. And I just packed all these tree trunks here. I had them. This is all stuff that was donated to me by local garden services. And I just came and I packed them here because everybody was walking through my terrace, and I didn't want them. I wanted them to use the path. So I packed this now. Everybody leaves the terrace alone. This is a marula tree that I planted also last year in lockdown. So this was probably in winter or just before winter. Planted it, and at one point we thought it was dead, and then about, I don't know, maybe a month or so ago, it suddenly came back to life. And I'm very, very happy with this. So this is the part where we dug a bunch of swales last year, and there's one as well, and here's one as well, and there's a small one over there, and there's a infiltration bed there. So if I could just step back here we have an apple tree. That one is a lucina. Here's a lucina. Those are peaches. So this is an apricot. Over there we've got a guava, and here's again a lucina. So let me just show you now, if I'm over here, what you will find in the next couple of months, maybe next year, maybe even 2 years, is that these trees are going to be creating a lovely shade canopy here. As soon as we've got the ground here sorted out, then the lucinas can come out. They'll be chopped and dropped in any case to add organic material to this ground. But as you can see from the rampant growth here, I don't think it's really necessary to worry too much about adding a lot of stuff here now, because this cycle is now in motion. This is now sorting itself out, and I couldn't be happier. This was really, really awesome. I put another lucina in here as well, because we need to get all the shade going. Here's another guava, here's another lucina. And so I started a while back, because this is part of the large fruit forest, the one you will recall from the one video that grows all the way down there from the road, all the way down there, and all the way up to that gate there. I think it's about 4,000 square meters, if I remember right. So here's the swales that I had dug about 2 years ago, 3 years ago. We used the JCB for this, because you can see how hard this ground is. It's all just rock. And what I did now is I put a couple of trees in here. We started with, there you can see, there's a tiny little citrus. Here's a very small little sweet thorn. Okay, and here we have a mesquite, another baby citrus, and another mesquite, also growing very well. So I've replicated this on the whole berm. I'm going to try and get some water here, even though I don't like to irrigate. If I don't irrigate them at all, I'm going to lose a lot of these plants, and I don't want to do that. So this one, you'll see everywhere that you see a heap like that, we've got a tree in there, and they are alternated. So it's a nitrogen fixer fruit tree, or productive tree, nitrogen fixer productive tree. Now with the mesquites, they are also productive trees because of the pods. You can use the pods for making flour, and you can eat them straight away like sweets, because they're 16% sugar, and the bees love them. Here we've got some narchies and lucina, narchies, all the way down to the end. And we haven't planted these two yet. I'm going to start working on raising some seeds, some trees from seed later today. But this is how far we are now at this point with the large fruit forest, and there's still a lot of work to be done here. This is now the first time I'm actually spending any time down here. I've done a bit of work up there, but now what's happening is I need to come and dig a ditch down the middle of this thing, and then that ditch, we need to take everything on this side out and put it on that side, so that we turn this terrace, this flat part here that slopes down, turn that into a terrace as well. And then once we've got that, we can start working on fixing the soil in between the swales, because the swales will be doing their work, and they'll be doing their work very well for the next 1,000 years probably. And Hey, little dog is on point now. She's seeing a bird that's running around here in the bush behind me. So then we can start putting in some vegetables down here as well. But we first need to get these guys going so that we can get the shade canopy over here as well to cool this down, because you don't want to be here during the day. Today we're gonna go into hiding. When I was planting these trees the other day, I had to stop. My camera wouldn't work after a while. It gave me this funny warning thing. It says throttling brightness due to thermal event or something, and then the next thing it just blacked out. And I went into the house and I only realized how much it was messing me up when I got it. The heat was messing me up when I finally got to the coolness. So the trees here are going to be absolutely critical. Without the trees here, we can't do anything. Without the trees, no one can achieve anything really. At least not anything that's sustainable and long term. I'll speak to you guys later. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this, remember to like and subscribe. Bye.